Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 12:11 a.m. on this very cold Tuesday, or Monday. Well, it's Tuesday now. Monday going into Tuesday morning. Late Monday going into Tuesday morning, or you could say early Tuesday going into Tuesday morning. You can say whatever you want to say. I just say it's cold, is what I say. It is 46 degrees outside, but my car is toasty warm. The heat is on. Tiny got in the car. We just went and she got a fountain pop and I got a cup of coffee. And I've been drinking so much coffee lately. But I've just been drinking hot black coffee with nothing in it. That's my new thing. And Tony got a fountain pop, and then we drove around and we talked and we were laughing and all kinds of stuff. First things first, I'm trying to figure out a Halloween costume. And I thought it would be kind of funny if I did something that was like connected to Tanya's, because Tanya, where is my lip gloss? Do I not? I threw out that lip balm. So I cleaned out my bag today. I cleaned out my car. I cleaned out the side panel over here where I had all this other stuff. And then all I have down here now is this Sol de Janeiro hand spray. That's all I have. Oh, and I have my cup of water. That's all I have on the side. And then I cleaned out my middle console right here, of which I had, I literally had 8 pairs of sunglasses in there. I had 20 masks. So I went through all the masks that were old and I threw out a bunch, and I kept the newer ones and they're all in the back. And then I had probably 3 inches worth of change in the bottom. So I took all this change out of there. The whole thing is clean inside. I'm so happy. My car feels like it has been cleaned out completely. I need to vacuum it out again. But I feel good about that. So anyway, I need to put some lip gloss on. I need to figure out what I'm gonna go for his Halloween. I don't know. I want it to be original, but comfortable and cute. I don't really care so much about cute. Original and comfortable. I don't want it to be where I'm sitting in a paper mache thing or I don't want any of that kind of stuff, or, some ridiculous. It has to be like Tanya is wearing this, she just showed it to me, this sweatshirt that says, "I beg your pardon," and it has a picture of Dolly Parton on the front of it. Then she's wearing a Dolly Parton wig, and she's gonna wear have balloons for boobs or whatever. I need something that's kind of like that. Alex is going as, he has 2 different costumes. But one of his costumes is, he is going as Patrick. When Patrick from Schitt's Creek was the MC for Cabaret, and he wore the long tux coat and had the leg things. So that's what Alex is gonna be going as on one Halloween, if he gets it to work. See, I want to be like I said to him, I go, you should be Dan Levy. You look like Dan Levy kind of anyway. You can just do your hair and wear big black glasses and some kind of wild jacket or something. He's like, that's not fun. But I'm trying to figure out. So I need all of your suggestions in the comment section below for what I should be for Halloween. I don't know. I could be the fisherman from the Morton's salt thing. I thought that would be kind of funny. And then starting on Thursday, just let my beard grow out a little bit. I could do that. Or I've always thought it would be funny to go as Ernest Hemingway, but I don't think anybody would know that that's who I was. But I could wear a big fisherman sweater, which I actually have. And then I could just carry Ernest Hemingway book with me. But that's kind of lame, don't you think? I don't know how he did his hair though. I can't remember how he did his hair. But people always tell me that I look like Ernest Hemingway, especially the picture that I have where I'm sitting on the beach. So let me know if you have any suggestions for what I could be for Halloween. I was just telling Tanya, I don't know why I thought of this today. I probably saw it somewhere. I've probably seen it in the past and thought it was such a cute thing that it's just like stuck in my head. But I was thinking to myself, if I had a daughter and she was like 4 or 5, like, okay, I'm sure she wouldn't want to go as this, but if she said, I don't know what to be, Dad, you pick my costume. You know, like how some parents like pick their kids' costumes. I would have my daughter dress up as Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's. I think that would be so hilarious. If I saw a little 4-year-old girl come to my front door, like in a long blue dress with like pearls and like the long gloves and the sunglasses from Breakfast at Tiffany's, I would lose it. I would think that was so great. I would love that. And she could carry a little purse with a cat inside of it, because, you know, she's got the cat called Cat. This is the cat's name in Breakfast at Tiffany's. I think that would be so funny. Or if you had 2 daughters, if you had like 2 daughters and they were like, let's say 4 and 6, you could dress them up as Joan Crawford and Betty Davis from Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. That would be hilarious for 2 little girls. Oh my God. And you could have like, you know, one of them in the wheelchair that Joan Crawford was in, and then you could have the other one pushing the wheelchair and they could go trick-or-treating. That would be such a great costume for kids. I'm kind of surprised we don't see more of that kind of stuff, you know? Well, because kids want to be who they want to be. My nephew Sebastian, my sister-in-law was posting pictures. They had gone to the zoo boo thing. It's like the zoo does his Halloween thing every year. And Carlitos is some kind of action figure from Marvel. I don't know who it is. And Sebastian for like the 3rd year in a row. And he's grown, so it has to be a new costume, because the costume fits him, I can tell in the thing. It's not, I mean, he's worn it when he was like smaller, so it has to be a new costume, and he just wanted to be it again. Is the toy soldier from Toy Shop. Not the toy soldier, the cowboy from, I don't know what his name is, from Toy Story. That's who Sebastian is. He's been that for like 3 years in a row. I remember at that age, because he's 5, I remember when Carlitos was Spider-Man, Carlitos was Spider-Man for 2 or 3 years in a row. He was obsessed with Spider-Man. I think he was Ninja Turtle one year too. They always get those like costumes that are like pre-made, but they like, some of them like, they have kind of, they're like warmer, you know, so you can wear them like in the cold and stuff. So yeah, I need a good costume. I talked to my sponsor today for a while. She's the second party that I'm going to on Saturday night, and she's like, well, first of all, she hasn't even put out an announcement that she's having the party, so she's just gonna have like close friends and stuff. But she's like got so much going on this week that she's like not sure she's gonna do it, which is fine, because I'll just stay at my friend Errands longer. I'm sure she'll end up having it, or even just having some people over and stuff like that, but I can't remember who. Oh, Melissa said she and Jason, they're going to from some horror movie. I think they might be going as like from Friday the 13th. Or maybe something from Halloween, I don't know. If I wanted to shave all this, I could go as Dr. Loomis, and I could wear a trench coat and a bald hat. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Dr. Loomis from Halloween, but I don't want to wear a bald cap. And I don't think anybody would understand who I was anyway. They'd probably just say, oh, you're a mad scientist or something like that. I didn't really see a whole lot of costumes when I was at Spirit Halloween of things that I wanted to be. But I need to get on it and think. Alex always comes up with good costumes. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'll tell you what I won't be doing is the glitter beard. I did a glitter beard 2 years, I think. Did I do it twice? I think maybe I did it twice. The first year, that was while I was on YouTube, I did pink glitter all in my beard to match my pink trucker. Do you guys remember back in the day I used to wear that ultra pink trucker hat? So I did a pink beard to match. So what I did, because all these people were like giving me suggestions on how to do it and whatever, and I was like, I already have it figured out. I bought hair gel, and then I bought regular glitter, which is really sharp, you guys, to just use regular glitter. What I should have done is I should have just got this spray glitter and just sprayed my beard. But that's not what I did. And like, you know, put like tape over here and then just sprayed my beard with whatever. But that's not what I did. What I did was I got maximum hold hair gel, and it was like cheap too. It was like Dippity Doo or something like that. It was like something that like turns hard like that, and it's like it's like maximum hold. And then I got pink glitter, like an entire jar of it, and I mixed it in and just mixed and mixed and mixed and mixed, like with the end of like a knife or something like that. And then I painted it on with a paintbrush, and then I rubbed it in, like rubbed it in. I shouldn't have done that either, because it wasn't like even, and I rubbed it in. I mean, it was like all in my beard, and then I smoothed it down, and then once it was smoothed down, I took like this really heavy hairspray that's kind of like Aquanet, and it's called Commit, I think, and I like sprayed my beard with, I mean, my beard was not moving, it was hard. And I will never forget like being in the shower trying to wash that stuff out, and I mean, my skin was like raw red from, it hurt so bad trying to get that glitter out of the beard, because it was rubbing against my skin when I was trying to get the glitter out. And I couldn't get it out for days on end. One year I went as a truck driver, and that was when I was like really in good shape, and I looked hot that year. I should see if I can find a picture and show you guys. But anyway, I wore a truck driver, like a semi-driver's shirt that I got from a thrift store that said like the company or whatever on it, emblem. I wore that, and I had it like unbuttoned down to like down here, and I was like in really good shape. That was before we got married. That was like the first year we dated, I think, actually. And I was like, I know maybe it was the second year, I don't know, but I was probably like 180 at the time, and I was like working out, lifting every day. I was like in good shape. And then I had tattoos like all over here, all on my arms, all going up my neck and stuff. Like, and people thought they were real. They were like, "Oh my God, those tattoos look real." I got those at like Party City. Just a bunch of tattoos. That was really fun that year. And then I wore jeans and I wore construction boots, like old construction boots. One year I went as a nerd, as a sexy nerd. That was fun. And I wore like a sweater vest and like a short sleeve shirt. I was like, that must have been one of the first 2 years too, because I was still like in good shape. Maybe that was the year before I met Alex, I don't know. But I like, maybe the trucker was the year before I met Alex, but I don't think it was. But I rolled up my sleeves, and I had like a bow tie, and the shirt was like skin tight, and I had like this, it was like this really cool bow tie that I got. It was just like a clip bow tie, but I bought it at like a thrift store, and it was like, I still have it, I think, and it was like tweed, and then it had these stripes in it. It was like brown tweed, and it had like blue and orange stripes in it. And then I just wore like jeans and regular like, you know, sneakers with it. And then I had like the glasses, and I put tape, like tons of tape around the middle of it. That was a fun year. And I wore like slicked my hair over to the side. I don't know what I could be this year. I've been like trying to figure it out though. I love Halloween, and I love Halloween week. It's so fun. The whole week leading up to it. We watched the very last American Horror Story tonight. I have to tell you, I was very disappointed with how it ended. I really liked this season, and I liked the second part of the season because it's double feature, better than I liked the first part, but I thought they were both really well done. But the second part, it ends just like that. I mean, literally, like Alex, he looked at me and goes, "Is that it?" And I go, "I guess." And he kept on rewinding it and fast. He goes, "That can't be it." He was like, he kept on rewinding it and fast forward. He was like, "I thought it said something about next." And I go, "That was it, babe. It was it." It was like, it literally just ended like that. I was like, this is crazy. So there was something else I wanted to tell you guys. Oh my God. Okay, for those mystery and thriller lovers out there, I actually downloaded his first book because I thought it was a horror novel, but it's not. And that is Alex North. And I found out last night, like after I got off, I got done vlogging, I was like looking him up to see like other books by him. And actually it's interesting because Alex North is a pseudonym and he has written 11 books under another name, which I might read those at some point. I don't even know how many of them are like in print still or whatever. He has 11 books by his real name, I think, or another pseudonym, but Alex North is a pseudonym. So I read The Whisper Man like last week, you know? And The Whisper Man was so good. I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars because it didn't like, it was a really, really, really well done mystery about like these kidnappings that were happening and these kidnapping killings that were happening, and they were like reminiscent of kidnappings that had happened 25 years before, blah, 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 whatever. I think I've talked about it on here enough that people probably know what I'm talking about. So, and then it was this guy moving to that town with his son because his wife had died. And so they got caught up in the middle of this whole investigation. And then the detective, her name was Amanda Beck. And so this was like his first book in this like detective series thing. And it was really, really good. I mean, I loved the book, but I wasn't like, there wasn't anything like so special about it that I would have given it a 5 out of 5. So I would have given it like a 4.5 out of 5, but since you can't do that on Goodreads, I gave it a 4 out of 5. But I loved it. And I was like, I want to read everything else by him. Oh my God, Papa John's Pizza, it sounds so good right now. They're still in there. Why are they still in there at 12:30? So I downloaded, I was reading like reviews of this book, of his newest book called The Shadows. And people underneath there said, if you liked The Whisper Man, you'll love The Shadows. And I was like, okay. You know, and so often with authors, when you read one book, you read the second book, and the second book is just like not as good as their first one or whatever, you know. So I started listening to The Shadows 2 nights ago. I was gonna listen to more of it last night, but I didn't. You guys, this book is so good. I told Tanya tonight, I said, you've got to read this book. I said, this book is unbelievable. She was like, okay. I go, no. You're not gonna, you never take my recommendations. And she goes, there's a lie from the bowels of hell. I say pits of hell. She says bowels of hell. I said, Tanya, it is so good. You guys, like, I have 48 minutes left of it, and I cannot wait to read this book. It is that good. Like, I mean, it is so good. So if you're looking for, I mean, there was a part of it, Tanya was like, well, what, like, you know, what's, I was kind of telling her about it, and I go, it really reminds me of Thomas Harris, that wrote Silence of the Lambs, meets Paula Hawkins, who wrote Girl on the Train. There was one part of this book that so reminded me of Silence of, I mean, it didn't remind me like he copied it from there. I'm talking about the fear factor of it. Was like on the level of Silence of the Lambs when I like read that way back in the day. And I was like, this book is terrifying. And Thomas Harris was terrifying back then. I haven't read any. Is he still writing books? I don't even know if he's still around anymore or not. But it is really good, you guys. I have 48 minutes left, and I don't even want to tell you anything more about it. Just trust me. The Shadows by Alex North. It is terrifying, endearing. It's just a fantastic read. It's like so good on so many different levels for so many different reasons. He's a fantastic storyteller. Fantastic. I need to make sure I'm not like out of focus. So I'm reading that, and then I downloaded another book. I think it's called, oh no, I was looking at books that were recommended because you like The Shadows, and there were like 4, and I ended up downloading this one mystery. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Mare of Easttown, like the description. It's about this woman, and people are really, first of all, very hard on the reviews on Audible. Like, I was reading these reviews, and people were like giving really, really tough reviews. So, like, not a lot of people were giving these books, I mean, even The Shadows, like, people didn't give good, they're like, he's whispering, you can't hear the narrator. I'm like, what? Turn your volume up. I mean, it's a fantastic book, like, I don't know, but anyway, I mean, there's enough crap thrillers out there, right? So I found this one, and I don't remember what it's called, but it's about this woman, and Why I Lied, I think is what it's called. And there was like some murder in her town when she was growing up, and it was like with her group of friends or something. And now she's pregnant, and she's the police chief of that town, and new evidence comes up on that murder, and so they reopen the case like 20 years later. Because I wanted to read a book that was kind of similar to The Shadows this week, another scary book. But before I read that, I think I'm going to read this book called Unspeakable Things. Because it was actually, I Googled like best mystery thrillers or whatever, and it was like one of the books that was recommended. And I was like, oh, I already have that downloaded on Audible, so I should listen to that next. So I'm going to listen to that next. I've listened to like 14 books this month on Audible. I can't even believe it. I think this will be my 14th book. I've 12 or 14, something like that. I know it's more than 12 because I counted the other day. So when I finish this book, this will be my 88th book, and then if I finish another one, or is this my 89th book? This might be my 89th book. But if I finish another, I'll be at 90 if I finish one more book. I think this is my 89. I think this is my 88th. The next one will be my 89th, and I'll be 90. Just crazy to me that I'm so close to my like goal of 102 already. I was gonna read Salem's Lot. I almost downloaded it, but I think what I might do for 2000. Tell me what y'all think about this. I think for 2022, what I might do is I might do a read along on my BookTube channel of like Stephen King's greats, and I might like every month pick a Stephen King book to read. I just kind of came up with that idea. What do you think? Like literally just came up with it. But I was thinking about waiting until January to read a Stephen King book. But I really just want to read cozies. I don't know, but I think it would be fun. I mean, I might read one Stephen King and be like, I don't really love him that much, but I'm thinking I'm going to wait and do that. And then I would, like, the ones I want to read, I don't know which ones I want to read. If you're a Stephen King fan, will you put in the comment section what, like, are your go-to Stephen King books that you think, like, everybody should read? I have it at home, and it's literally, like, that thick. I want to read Salem's Lot. I saw the movie years ago. I don't remember it. I'm sure if I Google, there's probably a list, like the top 10 Stephen King books everybody should read. And I'm sure The Stand is on there, which is 47 hours. Well, maybe what I would do, if I get enough books done early enough, I just don't think there's that many Christmas books for me to read. If I am like way ahead by the time that December starts, I may read The Stand and just commit an entire week to The Stand. And then say, I'm going to get this book done, I'm going to read it, I'm going to listen to it, and I'm going to finish it I'm going to do it in a week. And read The Stand. And then read all Christmas books after that, because I want to read Christmas books this year. But I think I'm going to read a lot of Christmas cozies. So I've got to find Christmas cozies to read in December. And then if I did that and I read The Stand in December, then I probably should finish those Harry Potter books. I just don't know that I really have any desire anymore. I don't know that I really care. And then maybe in December I could do, well, maybe in November I could do one Harry Potter, and then in December I could do the other 2 Harry Potters and The Stand. And those would be my long books that I would read in December. And then I would be done. I would have read a Stephen King. I would have read The Stand. I would have finished all the Harry Potter books. I do kind of want to see the movies, though. That is the thing. I do want to see the Harry Potter movies, because I want to go to Harry Potter World at some point. Everybody tells me it's so cool. My friend just got back from going to, I don't know where in Disney it was, maybe Universal Studios, but it was where they have like all the haunted houses. And she said something, I saw it on Facebook. I'm going to see her on Saturday. I'm going to ask her about it. She took, I think she and her husband took their sons, and, well, her son and his son from previous marriages, but they all went, and like she and her stepson did like all of the haunted houses in like a couple hours or something, and she said they were really, really good. There's like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre house or something. I don't know. Couldn't get me in those haunted houses. I'd be terrified. Tomorrow night is our home group meeting. Oh, so today, what did I do today? I got up today and I got up today and did the crumble cookie review, and then I ran around and did errands. I had so many things I had to do today. So I ordered this coat from UGG for my winter coat, but it's more like my winter coat, like February, and I think it's going to be really heavy. I can't really tell, but it's fleece too, but it zips up. I just think it's heavy, and it has like a hood on it and stuff. Well, it was supposed to come like a week ago. I don't know why it hasn't come yet. And it's cold outside, and all I have is this jacket right here that fits me. This Eddie Bauer coat that I got at Costco last year, which is fine, but it's not, I mean, it's kind of windbreaker-ish, kind of. Not really, but here, do you see what I'm saying? It's thin. Like, I mean, it looks like a winter coat, but it's still cold with like a t-shirt, right? So I'm like, I just wanted a fleece coat, and I had one, like a North Face fleece zip up. I had one a couple years ago, but I left it in the Uber on the way to the airport in Los Angeles when I was out there, and didn't even realize it till I got home later. So I was like, I think it was like a couple days later, I don't know how long it was, but at that point I was like, there's no getting it back, right? So I haven't had another one like that, and last year I didn't have one, and I think it's because I wore that Ralph Lauren coat. I haven't read the comments enough to know, did anybody comment and say that they know what happened to the Ralph Lauren coat? Okay, I'm gonna pull actually into the post office and read, so I'm gonna go over to the post office now and read some comments. Does anybody remember me saying something happened to that Ralph Lauren coat? I don't know, you guys, it is gone. It is like disappeared completely. Do you guys know the coat I'm talking about? It was just a navy blue coat. I got it at the outlet mall in Edinburgh, Indiana, and it was just navy blue, and I think it had like a red polo Ralph Lauren thing on it, and then it had a hood on it, and I loved that coat. It was so comfy. It was very similar to that coat that I had, but it was just all navy blue. Yeah, I don't know where it is. I might have it under some coats, so I'm gonna have to go through the coat closet and just like look. But that's probably where it is, like stuffed underneath other coats or something. So I went to Dick's Sporting Goods today to buy a North Face fleece zip-up coat. I didn't want one that like, they have tons that like go over your head that are fleece, but I didn't want that. I want one that zips up. And so they didn't really have any. They had two, but they were like fleece mixed with like another material, more of like a heavy material, and like more of a winter coat. And I was like, yeah, this isn't what I want. I wanted something real lightweight, you know. because it's, you know, cold in the evenings here, but it's not like 20 degrees. And so I just wanted something that I could wear to be basic with my North Face coat and my Ugg boots. So I was like, I'm looking around there, go through Patagonia. It stopped. Patagonia had really, really cute stuff, but Patagonia stuff is made for people that are very thin. It's made for like people that have like a runner's body, not curvy people like me. But I did buy a Patagonia hoodie. So anyway, go through Dick's Sporting Goods, which is dangerous because they always have cute stuff in there. And then I was like looking, while I was standing in Dick's Sporting Goods, I started looking online for just like North Face fleece coat to see if like Amazon even had them, right? And I was like, why don't I just go to North Face? Because there's a North Face at Keystone the Crossing at the Fashion Mall. I'd never been there, which is weird because they had me in their system. So I must have bought a North Face coat at some point, or North Face something online somewhere. I don't remember doing that, but I must have. So, or if I bought something in that store, I don't remember being there before. I don't know. The guy was really nice. It didn't look like I'd ever been in that store before. He gave me 10% off because he was like, you've never been in here before. I think it said something like that, or I ordered online. He knew somehow, but he gave me 10% discount. So anyway, I found what I was looking for. They actually had several fleece coats that just zipped up. And they were also cheaper than like a lot of the coats that were like Patagonia and stuff, because they were like $200 and this was like $100. And so I got that. It's really nice. I'm gonna break it in tomorrow night for my first night, wearing it to the meeting so I can stand outside and talk to my friends, wearing my fleece coat for the fall and winter. And what else did I do? Did some other errands, and then I came home, and then Alex was getting done early, so I filmed a drama video quickly, and then that was it. And so I put up the drama video, the crumble cookie video, and then sat there and just did a bunch of nothing. I looked on Audible, you guys, at books for I don't know how long today, trying to find a mystery thriller suspense novel that I thought was going to be like fantastic. I looked forever. And Alex was sitting there and he was watching some show. Oh, while I was working on stuff, he was watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, second part of the reunion. So I watched that with him too, like in the background. And it was mostly about Erica Jane. Imagine that. And then I said, do you want to watch the series finale of American Horror Story? And he said, yeah, sure. So I was like working on stuff and getting it together. And he had the puppies on either side of him, and they were all cuddled up cozy. And I was going to tell you guys something else that I did. Now I can't remember. I don't remember what I was going to say. Well, I got that stuff done and got it uploaded. And then we watched American Horror Story. And it was okay. I feel like we watched something else. Oh, we watched The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and then the reunion, and then we watched American Horror Story. And I cleaned out my car in between because he was watching Grey's Anatomy, because I was still waiting to upload stuff. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I realized at about 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock that I hadn't started uploading my vlog today. Like, I rendered it, and I thought I started uploading it, but I didn't. And last night's vlog was an hour and a half. So if I had started doing it, I had to do it through my phone, and I had to upload. You guys, oh my gosh. I was like, I am never going to get this vlog up in time. But it only took me like a half an hour to get it up. Usually on my computer, that would take me 3+ hours to get up. If not 6 or 8 hours. I was like, this vlog is going to take forever to get up. But I was like, nope. I do it this way. So I got the vlog up, and then we watched American Horror Story. And then Tanya had texted me and asked me if I wanted to get a fountain pop. So I was like, yeah, sure. And Alex was gonna watch American Horror Stories because I'm not watching those. Okay. let's bring out the reading glasses and look at some comments. I did this last night, but I didn't read that many comments, so I don't know when I mentioned the coat, but I feel like I should go back a little bit in time and see. Mike said, my heart is breaking. The lifespan of our best friends is so unfair. I like bawled for like almost an hour straight today talking to my sponsor about Tucker. And I'm like, I'm so scared to go on Thursday to this vet appointment that we're having to have this x-ray. Because I just can't handle, I really, to be honest, like, I mean, Alex is like, be hopeful, and I know you guys are all like, don't borrow trouble and stuff like that, but I'm honestly like, I can't go in there and have her say to us, like, he's not gonna make it past 3 to 6 months. Like, I just can't. And like I said to Alex tonight, I said, he's not even coughing. Like, he's not even, like, he hasn't coughed in 2 days. And Alex is like, I know. He was like, I was kind of like being hopeful, and I was thinking maybe it was just like, you know, he has congestion or something. And I said, but babe, I said, the echocardiogram from a university veterinarian said it was, you know, that he had an enlarged heart and then it was this. He's like, I know, I'm just being hopeful that, you know, I mean, it's not that. It's not just that he has a cold or he had a cold or something. I mean, I don't know. It's breaking my heart. I'm really sad for 3 reasons, and these are my reasons. I mean, I'm sad for many reasons, but number one, like, I almost kind of can't think about it, you guys, honestly, because as soon as I do, like, I told Tanya tonight, I said, I'm just, like, so cried out talking about it. Like, I just, like, sometimes at home, like, just being there with them, like, I'll just sit on the bed and I just start crying, you know, like, with them, because first of all, like, I'm so worried about Tucker. Like, he's just such a sweet boy, and I don't want him to be in any pain, and I'm so worried about him, and I'm so worried about losing him, like, losing one of the best little guys I've ever had. I mean, I love him so much, and I just can't even really wrap my head around it yet, but at the same time, like, as I'm trying to sit there and enjoy time with him, like, I don't want to in my head just be like, the end, you know? And I think it hasn't even been 2 years since we went through this with Pee-Pee. And then the second thing that breaks my heart is that when we do have to deal with that, I'm like really, really worried about how Boo Radley is going to handle it. Like, they are litter mates, you guys. They have never slept apart one night. They've spent their entire lives together, 12 plus years. And Boo Radley follows him around. Boo Radley, you know, tries to wrestle with him every day. He licks his back, which is like supposedly compassionate. You know, I don't, like, they check on each other. Like, if one of them, like, you know, cries out or something, the other one is like looking to see what's going on. I don't know that Boo Radley, I'm like really worried about how he's gonna be if Tucker's not there. And also, Boo Radley gets confused very easily, can tell. Like, and our vet has always told us that, and the woman that we got him from and everything, you know. She was like, you know, from day one, she was like, you have to take both of them if you're going to take one of them, because Tucker looks out for Boo Radley. He's always been such a good brother looking out for Boo, you know. And then the third part is, it just feels like such an end of an era to me, you know. It's like, I mean, Alex and I got Boo and Tucker. You know, he had Pee-Pee and brought him into the relationship, and then we got Boo and Tucker early in our relationship, and it's just like an end of an era to me. Every time I come here, you guys, it's so weird. There's this bunny that is like lives out here. The other day I saw 2 of them. It's always at night though. So this little bunny out here. It just feels weird to me. You know, like I was even sitting there thinking today, I was like, you know, people always say like, you know, well, you get another dog or whatever. I mean, we'll probably eventually get another dog down the road. But it's like, I can't even imagine that right now. Like, I can't even imagine getting another dog. And it just feels like the end of, like, this period of Alex and I's life that was, like, very innocent, the early years. And, I mean, it wasn't, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just was like, let's get a dog, let's do that. You know, it was like, let's play house. And it's like, now we're grown-ups. Dealing with grown-up stuff. And I guess I have been for a while, you know, and I've experienced so much loss in this part of my life that I'm just tired of it. Like, I'm really tired of it. All right, let's read some more comments. S. Barry said, I remember being a kid watching Lace One with my mom, and the last thing that happened was Lace saying, which one of you bees is my mother? I think I was like 12-ish. You guys, so many of you are saying like prayers for Tucker, and like Red, Jody, Carrie. So many people put blue hearts for Tucker and stuff. Jenny said, I read The Stand. The first half of the book is so good. The second half is so boring. It drags with town hall meetings, and the minuets from each meeting the minutes from each meeting in extreme detail. I was so annoyed with the second half of the book, and it took me forever to finish. Okay, Sally said, this is really long, but I'm going to read it. I haven't read the whole thing yet. Sally said, hi, Peter. She's regarding something I said at 54 minutes and 40 seconds on This Is the Reality. While I agree somewhat with the sentiment of not borrowing trouble with Tucker, I don't necessarily think that's entirely the case here. You're anticipating and preparing for the end result of some very devastating news, and I think it's actually okay and healthier to grieve and process it now as you're experiencing it. Sure, don't let the emotions consume you, but nothing good comes from pushing them away either. You're being realistic and honest about a very sad situation. I think in acknowledging that and in going through a period of grief right now, will actually allow you, almost free you in a sense, to then move forward and really appreciate and love the rest of your time with him. And you're right, it could be soon or it could be another few years, but I think first you need to feel and know it's okay to do so. Love you, and I'll be praying for you all and Tucker too. Made it to the end as usual for my Halloween plans. I'm getting together with one of my best friends and having a girls' night. And then she put 2 Halloween emojis because that's what I asked. She put a pumpkin and a ghost, which are 2 of my favorites. Sally, I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I am feeling my feelings, and I think that's the hardest thing. Is it's like, in all honesty, I'm probably still, and this is true of Alex too. You know, it's like when you go to a funeral for somebody, and it's like you can't even really process your grief for that person because you're still carrying grief over from the last one that you are there, and so it reminds you of it, kind of thing, you know? It's like, I feel like this is like I'm grieving Pee-Pee all over again and Tucker at the same time, and the loss of an era, while also worrying about Boo, you know? So it's like, it's weird, all of it together. Okay, Y. Campbell said, I started reading Stephen King at 12 or 13. This was the early 90s. It started with It, which is over 1,000 pages. I did read The Stand at 14. I really liked it. Did a school assignment on it. Frankly, I think the teacher just wanted to prove that her students were reading anything and didn't question. Doubt she read it. Also, growing up in the late 80s, you'd always see the commercials for the book on TV. Have you tried reading Anne Rice's The Witching Hour? Another 1,000 pages. I'm not an Anne Rice fan. I tried so hard, you guys, with the interview with the vampire back in the day, because like when that book came out, like everybody read it, and the vampire Lestat and everything, everybody thought they were vampires. I have though read several of Christopher Rice's books, excuse me, and really liked Christopher Rice. He's actually somebody that I could have read. I could have downloaded one of his books. Lisa said, hi everyone, hi Peter. Melissa said, hello, hello, hello. GSL Makeup said, okay, so with the UK police, if it's DCI, it's Detective Chief Inspector. The regular police officers are generally referred to as constables. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Ma'am of 2 said, I have those dreams where I'm screaming to get out of the dream because I know I'm in a dream. That's lucid dreaming. Sometimes it feels like it takes hours. My poor husband has to gently wake me up. I usually just say, hold me a minute. It's awful. And that's actually a lot of what this book that I'm reading is about. Okay. Aaron was first. She said, I literally looked up at my notification bar right when you uploaded. Oh, love that. Michelle said, my heart is breaking for you. I lost Dora after 13 years in January, and it's been the worst heartbreak. I'm sorry, Michelle. Kala said, we are going to Victorian-themed wedding on Saturday, and everyone is to come in costume, whether you follow the theme or not. I'm excited for it. I think that would be fun. I'd like to, if it was like, I'd love to go to a themed party like that, where I had to come with something Victorian, because, you know, I could figure it out. Katie said, oh, Peter got me bawling over here first. The last one more I love you got me, and then it was all from here. Tears from here. Truly love you, vloggerinos. Oh my God, look at Lynn. Her profile picture is Audrey Hepburn from Breakfast at Tiffany's. She said, my husband is a professional landscaper and he absolutely hates mums. They never last. Tanya said tonight, she goes, I'm glad I didn't spend, we were just talking about it. I said, she goes, my summer plants are still alive at the kennel. And I said, I wish I had kept my summer plants. I said, my mums, they're dead, you guys. I mean, and I've taken care of them. They are, not in the last week I haven't, because I just gave up. They are dead, dead, dead. They look horrible. Like from the street, they still look kind of okay. But when you get right up on top of them, they are dead. They are so dead, and I'm like ready to get rid of them. I told Tanya tonight, I said, I am so ready to, I said, I'm so ready for Christmas. That's what I was going to say. And Christmas trees on that front porch, because I know that, you know, fir and pine will do fine. Shaylin said, we will be staying home and handing out candy. Jeanette said, I really love and need your vlogs. I am going through some hard stuff right now, and hearing you really helps. How do you join the Vloggerinos? It's just called Peter Monn Vloggerinos on Facebook. I don't know how. You just join it. Chad said, I'm not sure why it's so funny, but I was cracking up when you were like, I didn't even read one Halloween cozy. Can you believe it? Often in my head, when I start a video of yours, I tell myself, time for cozy story time with Peter. Kara said, I think it would be funny to see you dress up as Elvis. That's too much work, but thank you. I mean, it has to be real simple for me. You guys, so many people. Nicole said, I'm so sorry. You guys are so sweet. Mel said, if you don't be Kenny Rogers, I will absolutely be disappointed. Well, I'm not going to be Kenny Rogers. But I was telling this woman today at Dick's Sporting Goods, I said, she was so funny at the counter, and she was telling me all of her costumes that she had gone through the years, and that she had gone as Queen of Hearts, and this year her and her friend were going to dress up as Hocus Pocus, she said. Don't you love when people say that? It's just like a movie. Like, they don't say, like, I'm going to go as so-and-so from Hocus Pocus. She just said, we're going as Hocus Pocus this year. She goes, I'm the one with the hair. I'm like, oh, like, I knew what she meant, but you know what I mean? It's so funny when people do that. And, So I said, well, my friend is going to Dolly Parton, and I wanted to go to something that, you know, kind of made sense. And she goes, you need to go as Kenny Rogers. And then she started singing The Rambler, and she was like, know when to walk away, know when to run. And we were both singing it at the counter, and the people looked at us like we were crazy, but we weren't. Okay. So many people put the Halloween emojis at the end. Tiffany did, Alexandria did. Y'all are good listeners. Jenna did. Kat said, I listen on my computer while I'm working, so no Halloween emoji, but hey! Oh, thank you. She said praying for you and Alex during this hard time. Lauren said, I read A Head Full of Ghosts a couple years ago. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's really scary, but it was a great read. Sarah said the Hannah Swanson series is great. They've also made a couple of them into made-for-TV movies. Yeah, I saw that when I was like reading it. Or reading the synopsis for it. I'm excited about it. Nita, who commented several times, said, commented about Stephen King, some other things. She said, how long can you vlog every night? 6 years so far. Oh, we're just getting started, Peter. Peter, you go with the flow of how you feel in terms of whether to vlog or not to vlog. And those will be the right time. You're so sweet. Thank you. Alicia said, I'd love to be in the Vloggerino group. I can't find it. Somebody can link it if they're comfortable and do it. It's not my group. I didn't start it. I don't run it. Annabelle said, I think you should go as Papa Smurf for Halloween. I had thought about that. Deborah said, you give so many people so much love. We've got you because you're genuinely an amazing person, and of course we care. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Dana said, I'm so sorry, Peter and Alex. This must be the most difficult day. I'm so sad that this is happening to Tucker, and I'm praying for him. Thank you so much, Dana. And I think that's kind of like what's hard. It's like, I look at him and he's sitting there playing with his lamekins lady, you know, and he just doesn't have a care in the world. I don't even think that Tucker knows anything's wrong with him. You know what I mean? And I'm just sitting there with like tears just like running down my face, and Alex and I are just distraught. And it's like, here's this little dog with his tongue outside of his ears. Oh, I have to show you guys this video. I have to, okay? So I've started to film, well, I'll tell you the story to the video first. So I've started to film videos of more of Boo and Tucker because we had so much video clips of the dogs with pee-pee that I just want to make sure that I have a lot of videos of Tucker and Boo Radley. This is kind of a private video, but I think I'm going to show it anyway. I mean private just because it's for us, but so I filmed this video the other night of the dogs sitting in bed. And where is it at? Let me see if I can find it. Well, first of all, I mean, this is how they, oh, you guys, the battery's gonna die. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Is it like way focused in? So, let me show you this picture of Boo and Tucker. And you guys, like, if they're in their pet bed downstairs or on the bed together, like, this is how they are. This is why I just get so choked up. I don't know if it's going to focus in just a second. Hold on. So, Boo Radley, I don't know if you can see, but he's sitting in the back, and Tucker's sitting in the front, and they're on Alex's pillow. Right there, okay? So, then I filmed this video. I thought I had other, I'm like taking, somebody on the Vloggerinos posted a picture of Boo Radley and they thought it was Tucker, which was very sweet. I appreciate it, but I just corrected it. And then I want to say thank you, because I don't know where in my 5,000 pictures of my photos to just go to this, and I wanted it like recently, and somebody posted this picture of Tucker when we first got him. You guys, this is literally Tucker at like 10 weeks old. Is he not such a sweet baby? Wait, hold on a second. Look at that. His little ears stood up all the time, and he had a little mohawk, and look at his little paws. Weren't they so sweet? They still are. So I've been taking all these pictures of him and all these videos. Here's another picture of Tucker. Oh, look at that. So I did this video the other day. Now I'm gonna have to turn off the car because if I have the car and open my door, don't ask me why, I don't know why, but whenever I have to like record, if I have to record somebody, like, you know, like last night I did Jaclyn Hill, like late at night, I have to do this because it won't like, is it like out of focus? Oh yeah, because I'm getting ready to show this video. It won't play if the car is going. Okay, so here's the story. First of all, we call Tucker Tukey. Okay, number one. Number two, I don't know. I usually am the one that sings songs to the dogs. But several years ago, Alex, it's been 5-6 years, Alex, one night, we had heard the song Copacabana, you know, and it was 20 years ago when they used to have a show. Now it's a disco, but not for, okay. So Alex changed the whole song to Tukey, okay? So I was singing this the other night. We were waiting for Alex to come home, and this is what, let me get it tuned up here for you. You can see Boo and Tucker in it. Okay, where do I? I play it. There was a showgirl, his name was Tukey, but that was 30 years ago when they used to have a show, and he had a partner, his name was Boo Radley. And that, he said, leave me alone, Dad. And that, Daddy, you want, and that was 30 years ago when they used to have a show. Now it's just Tukey. He is the showgirl with his pretty little tongue, his ears, his eyes, and his tongue. Oh, he said, let's take a nap, Dad. You guys want to take a nap? That's one of the words we know, nap. We know that word. What other words do we know? Well, we know house. We know daddy. We know dinner. We know outside. You're so cute, Tucker. What are you thinking, buddy? You know, treats? We're gonna have all of that later. Love you. So that was my video with them. And then we went downstairs and we had treats because I felt so bad. I felt so bad that welcome to Peter at home with the dogs. I felt so bad that I had said all those words, but those are the words that they know. At one point, I kept a list in my phone. I don't know what it would be under. Hold on a second. It was like dog songs. Oh, these were the dog songs that I wrote down. I love my pee-pee and my pee-pee loves me. He is the best pee-pee that you'll ever see. Good morning, Mr. Pee-pee, and how are you today? The rice are in the kitchen. I sing this to Tucker now, and they want to see you play. Hey! It's Pee-pee and Peter's Bachelor Weekend. It's Pee-pee and Peter's Bachelor Weekend. And then I used to wrap Pee-pee in the blanket, and I would call him Senorita Burrita. And then I would say, don't you Pee-pee, don't you Pee-pee. And Alex always called Pee-pee his little horse. I don't know this last one. Oh, Pee-pee's friends, I wrote. Lady, little lady, and Otis, the dog. Oh, I haven't called Boo Radley this in a long time. I call Boo Radley Pants because he always looks like he has pants on. And to Boo Radley, I'll have to write this one in. Hold on a second. Hold on. I sing this song to Boo Radley. It's a country music song. Why'd you come in here looking like that with your high heel boots and your painted on jeans? Because when he stands up, it looks like he's got long pants on, and like it just looks like boots to me. I don't know why, but I call them pants. Alex always thinks it's so funny. I'm like, what's going on, pants? The woman at the vet today, I had to go into the vet to like pick up the last medicine that they didn't have ready last week. And so when I was standing there waiting at the counter, this woman came in with her cat. And the women that work there are like so serious, you know, and she goes, Bubbles? The cat's name was Bubbles. I don't know why that cracked me up so bad. But she goes, Bubbles? Mom of Bubbles? Like the woman was so serious that worked at the counter. Mom of Bubbles? Dad of Pants? Oh. I have so many notes in here about the dogs in my notes. Isn't that funny? I knew I had this in here and I looked for it. I don't even know why I looked for it tonight. But I had like written down the day that PP died, like the date and stuff. And wrote down like all these feelings that I had at the time. I kind of like journaled it in my note thing. Like, starting Tucker on this medicine has been so hard because like he's on the same exact medicine that PP was on. Like literally the same exact medicine, you guys. And when PP passed away, I can remember we were standing there that, I don't know if it was when we got back or whatever, but we were standing there. And, no, it was before we left. And I was like, his medicine was out on the counter and stuff. And Alex and I were both just standing there, and I said, well, I guess I can throw this stuff away. We don't need it anymore. And I was just like holding onto these medicine bottles. I think it's like, this is like one of the most surreal feelings I had around it. And I mean, I'm sure people must feel like this with like parents or whatever, you know, with like the most mundane stuff, you know, like, but this medicine was keeping PP alive. And I was sitting there and I was like, we have to throw this stuff away. And Alex was like, babe, just throw it away. I was like, I can't. I mean, these are PP's meds, you know, like we've been dependent on these for like a year and a half. And, but anyway, like we had that like AM, PM, you know, morning and night, like AM, PM it says on there for his meds. I have one for like my meds I take for epilepsy, but like we had those for PP's meds. And, so I found it in the cabinet tonight and I like turned it over and it says, because we would take it to the kennel, you know, like when they would stay there, and it said PP Monn on the bottom of it. Which was so funny because when I went to go pick up Tucker's meds, it was Tucker Paredes. I don't know why that cracks me up. Like I had the weirdest thought like I was thinking last night, like I've been like, just like, I can't sleep at night. Like when I lay down in bed, I just can't sleep. Tomorrow morning, I have a hair appointment at like 11, so I can't stay up super late or I won't get up. And, I was like laying in bed the other night, and it's like, I was sitting there thinking about like when Boo and Tucker are gone, like both of them, like just like, you know, like their crate in the basement that we call their house that like Boo loves, and he goes down there like all the time, and they've been, you know, I was like, I just can't even imagine like one day just like getting rid of that house, and like what do we do with all of like the toys and everything when we don't have them anymore? Like I just can't even imagine, you know? I just feel like this is all happening so fast. I'm so tired of it. Oh well. I mean, it's life, right? I mean, I know that sounds silly, but it is. I like go reach to put my lip gloss on, and I don't know why I was thinking of this, but it reminds me of that scene when Dolly Parton's getting ready to go to Julia Roberts' funeral in Steel Magnolias, and she's standing there, and Sam Shepard, who's her husband in the movie, like she's like, you're gonna go with me, and he's like, yeah, and he never like does anything with her, you know, in the whole movie. And he like has like he's like playing with that, like the wax stuff, and he's like, what's this for? And she like starts crying. She's like, it makes you pretty. And I think that's it, you know, like we're all just trying to get through life, you know? And I have like so much that's great in my life. Like I have so much that's great. Like I had a very dear friend of mine that passed away. Like I don't even talk about half the stuff that happens on here because it's like, so much of it is in my recovery life, but like, I had a friend of mine that passed away, I don't know, probably 2 months ago. And I remember when I first met him, he's just like this older guy, he was real nice. And real quiet. Remember we were talking one day, this is probably like a month or 2 months after I met him, after a meeting, like everybody had gone away, and we were just like standing there talking, and he said, you know, I'm like you. And I said, what? And he's like, I'm like you. And I said, I don't know what you mean. And he just kind of looked at me, and he goes, I can't say it. And I was like, what? Like, I was so confused. And he said, I'm like you. And I don't know why, but I just like got it all of a sudden. And I was like, oh. And he never said anything else to me ever, you know. Like, one other time he said something to me about the only other person like that he had ever told was like his best friend, this woman that he had like worked with in this factory for like 30 years. And I remember like a year before he passed away, she passed away. And he was really upset about it. And he never dated, and he never had a relationship in his life. And like he always had like family members living with him. He took care of like his sister's kids because she was like a mess and all this kind of stuff. And he just was a good man. He just always like, you know, hard worker. And, you know, I said to Tanya, I said, I had this thought the other night, and I was like, we talk about like gratitude and all this kind of stuff. I said, you know, like, I've been loved in my life. You know, I'm not just talking about platonic love or like you guys were so sweet to me, which I appreciate and all that, but like I've experienced romantic love, not just once in my life, but several times. You know, I've been in a relationship. And I said, he never experienced that. He never got to see what that was like, you know? And there's so many things, you know, that... Oh, by the way, Tanya was 14 when she read Helter Skelter. I asked her tonight. She said I was 14 when I said I was talking about you being under the sheet reading Helter Skelter with a flashlight. I said, how old were you? Were you like 12? And she goes, I think I was 14. But the hardest thing about it is that it's the really tough stuff in life, like finding out that your dog is sick and is on borrowed time as it is, that... What is my husband texting me? TikToks. He's always texting me TikToks. TikToks or condo Zillows in Miami. That's what he was texting me yesterday. But, you know, the thing that's hard is, like with all the really hard things in life, the really painful stuff, like finding out that your pet is sick. You know, one thing that I do know that is true, one thing that I know is true that happened as a result of PP getting sick is that I was much more present and have been much more present ever since then. I mean, that was a gift I was given as a result of that pain. Just, you know, like, losing my mom was so horrible and so hard, and I still miss her every day. But a gift I received from that was really appreciating and understanding the fragility of life. I mean, if I could say that you have to find some positives that have come from anything, you know, which is hard. I've lived a blessed life. I've lived a very blessed life. I'm so grateful for my life. But just because, like, I can acknowledge grieving or feeling my feelings or being, you know, doesn't mean it makes it any easier. I was standing there at the vet's appointment, or the vet's office, to get the meds today. And, there was... like, they flash on the screen, like, pictures of, like, different pets that people have, like, sent in and stuff. And there was this one that was, like, this little dog. He's real cute. And a little furry little dog, you know. I don't know what he was. Some kind of mutt. And they had a birthday cake for him, and he had a candle, and it said 17 on it. And I thought, you know... like, that'll probably be little Boo Radley. He'll be the one. I never thought he'd be the one that would outlive everybody, you know. And he'll be like 18, clueless. What's going on? Tucker'll have been gone. I need to appreciate, what I need to do is I need to be appreciating the time that I have that he's not sick, you know, and I have been doing that. Like, I spend so much, well, hell, I spend 24 hours a day with them because I'm at home with them all the time, you know. Can I just tell you that I bought these sandals when I was in Las Vegas on the first trip, August 25th week of our anniversary, and it is, who's that? And my feet got cut from these sandals. And do you know, okay, it is 2 months later and I still have the scar or bruise thing on it. It's unbelievable. Anyway. I have a really beautiful life, I really do. But some things are hard, you know? But that doesn't mean that I still don't appreciate what I have. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get off here now and finish this book. And this was good. This felt cathartic tonight to get some of this out. So, I love you guys. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Tuesday. Stay warm if you're somewhere where it's getting cold. And I love you. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! Oh, and for those that need to hear it and those that want to hear it and for anybody that sticks around, one more I love you. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!